Hey guys, it is your girl Brandy. Welcome back to another video. So as you can tell by the title of this video, I'm making a TBR jar. This is going to be my first time making a TBR jar. I love to watch when you guys do your TBR jar videos, where the TBR picks your TBR for the month, where your TBR jar picks your TBR for the month. I love to see you guys do the little prompts so that you can get through your physical TBR. So I'm going to implement that this year as well, but mine is going to be very specific because the only way I could really use this TBR jar is if I get down and dirty and very specific. I cannot put a prompt in here like read a book with a red cover, read a book from the fantasy genre. No. Because then I'm going to be sitting there trying to pick out a book that I want to read pertaining to that prompt. And the reason why I'm making a TBR jar is so that it could tell me what to read. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. Because this year I have a goal to read 25 books off of my shelf. My bookshelf. It is the year 2025, so I am going to read 25 of these books for sure off of my shelf this year. It could be more, but it cannot be less. It could be more, but what I have here is a list that I'm going to cut out of 25 titles that have been sitting on my shelves. They either been here for a while or they're series that I need to read. Either been here a while or they're series that I need to read, and it is a variety. Okay, so I have a variety of genres on here, and yeah, we're just gonna make a TBR jar, and it's just gonna help me read some of these titles that is on my shelf, specifically the ones that I keep on saying I'm gonna read it and never read it. So I'm gonna be cutting these titles out. When I cut them out, they're gonna be strips. I'm gonna fold them. These strips are going into the TBR jar. I picked up this jar from the Dollar Tree, so this is gonna be my TBR jar. It's pretty big, but I like this style of a jar, so I thought this was really cute. Now I'm not very crafty. People say I am, but I am a very minimalist crafting person. So I'm not gonna do like, I'm not gonna cover this whole jar with just like a whole bunch of decorations. I'm gonna get straight to the point. It's gonna be cute, it's gonna be simple. So that's what we're gonna do. So yeah, I remember last year I told y'all I had a whole bunch of Bookish stickers and I did not know what to do with them. So I have put some out, plus I have my Ziploc bag full of Bookish stickers that I'm gonna stick on this jar. And then I also printed out this, I typed this TBR jar sign that's gonna be the main focal point of this jar. So I'm getting ready to put my little TBR jar together, and then what we're gonna do is discuss the titles that I got in this jar, and then we're actually gonna pull 2 books out of this jar for my January reads. So yeah, I am praying that it's some good stuff. I would consider myself a mood reader, but then I can also stick to a plan, if that makes sense. So like, sometimes I don't read books because I'm not in the mood, but then if I create a plan, like, girl, you need to read X, Y, and Z, I could pretty much stick to that plan. So I'm kind of wishy-washy. But anyway, I'm about to stop all this talking and get this jar together, and then when I come back, we're gonna discuss the titles that I'm putting in this jar, and then we're gonna go ahead and pull 2 titles because it's gonna be 25 in here. So we're gonna pull 2 for the month of January and see how they go. So we are back with my completed TBR jar. Yeah, I literally just, this is it. I put TBR jar there and just utilized my stickers. I don't know what I'm going to do at the top just yet. I might just put a sticker on the top. Who knows? I really don't know. The point of this was just so that I know that this is a TBR jar. It wasn't supposed to be super fancy, but I think it turned out, you know, pretty all right. Y'all know I love sunflowers, so I always got to add something pertaining to sunflowers to the jar. This one says professional bookworm. This one says I am a sunflower, introverted but willing to discuss books, books and coffee, sunflower soul. I like big books and I cannot lie. So that's the jar. So I'm gonna open it up now because we are getting ready to put titles in here. Y'all seen me cut out all 25 of these titles. So I'm gonna go ahead and fold them up, read the titles so that y'all can know what's in the jar, fold them up and put them in there. So the first one I picked up is Blacktop Wasteland by S.A. Cosby. I really wanted to make sure that I read this book before his new one comes out, but I don't care. I don't care when I read it. As long as I read it this year, this year is a no pressure reading year. Last year, I didn't pressure myself to a lot of things, but some things I did. But this year is literally no pressure, okay? Just get the book done when you can get the book done. So, Blacktop Wasteland. Things We Left Behind. That's a trilogy by Lucy Score. So, if I pull that one, that's the only one I'm going to pull. That's 3 books. I have a total of 25 and then 25 titles, and then some of the titles is like several books. So if I pick, I don't know, if I pick this is gonna be the only one because that's 3 books instead of picking 2 to 3. Luca by Gray Huffington. I've been having that book since last April. I was supposed to be reading it this winter, never got to it. I'm just looking at it on my shelf, never got to it. So I definitely want to get to that because I want to see if I even want to continue with that series. She Wouldn't Wait by Lori Lynn White. Definitely want to get to that. So the way that I came up with these 25 titles is some of the books that I've been having the longest and some of the books that I were gifted. So the ones that I've had the longest and the ones that I've been gifted by people, I don't want people to think that I'm wasting their money. You bought me a book, I want to read the book, because I would hate to buy somebody a book and they never read it, especially if it was off like their Amazon wish list. It was something that they specifically said they were interested in reading and they never got to it. I could have used that money to buy myself a book. So if somebody bought me a book last year, or if I picked it up towards the earlier part of the year, like no later than springtime, aka my birthday, I added those titles to this jar because we gotta put a dent in our physical TBR for sure. Rootless by Crystal Zara. Is it a Pika? That one, I have been eyeing that book forever. Finally added it to my wish list, and I think I got it for my birthday. So yeah, we gotta get that. Beloved by Toni Morrison. That shit's, I just bought that book towards the end of 2024, but I really want to get into Toni Morrison's writing, so that's how we're gonna force myself to get into that. The 7-Year Slip. I keep pushing that book off, but after watching Mara's one of her videos, and it was somebody else because I watched their videos back to back and they legit, is it Bria? Yes, I think it is. They both talked about 7-Day Slip. And I also have a friend like in real life that read the book and loved the book. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stop pushing that one off. We just gonna add that to the TBR jar. So if I pull it out, I gotta read it. I just gotta read it. While We Are Burning by Sarah Kofi. That was actually one of the first book signings I ever went to, which was here local in Memphis. She is a Memphis author. She's from Memphis, and that was her thriller novel. And I went to her release for that. So I definitely want to get that read. The Teacher by Frida McFadden. Y'all already know I said I'm going to give her another chance this year. So definitely want to get that read. I'm afraid to read that one because I know it's like student-teacher relationship type of deal in that. And y'all know when it comes to like that age gap, the student-teacher is going to grind my gears. It's supposed to be like nasty. But I feel like with me knowing that ahead of time, plus knowing that it's fiction, like, girl, we gonna be okay. We gonna be okay. If you don't want to reread it, don't reread it. But you bought the book, so just read the book. So we gonna read the book. Hold My Girl by Charlene Carr. I remember being gifted that one off of my wish list, so I definitely want to read that because I don't want nobody wasting their money on me. A Thousand Boy Kisses by Tilly Cole. That was one of the first books that I wanted to read last year. I just never got to it. It was actually on my 24 books to read in 2024, and I just never got to it. So I would definitely plan to get to it this year. The Black Kids by Christina Hammonds Reed. I feel like that was a shopping haul pickup that I just been having. I just been eyeing that one, so I'm like, girl, let's add it to the TBR jar. Landing on Mars by Ashley Howard. That one was actually gifted from the author, and I just never got to it because I didn't realize how many books I actually had arcs for towards the end of the year. I don't know if you guys remember. If you're new here, you wouldn't know, but towards the end of the year, I had quite a few arcs that I needed to read before the year was out, and I just couldn't get to all of them, and that was one of them. So I'm adding that to the TBR jar. Hopefully I picked that up towards the front half of the year. Follow Me by Kathleen Barber. That I remember purchasing that when I was just looking for more thrillers. So it's been sitting on my shelf for a while. We need to get to it. Find Me at the Disco by Deanna Hampton. That was her debut novel, and I won that on a giveaway she was doing on Bookstagram. So I definitely want to get to that. I think I read like a couple of pages, but then I forgot I was supposed to be reading something else, so I never got back to it. So I definitely want to get back to that book. Divided Sky by Jill 2. Now, I don't know. I received that book as an ARC from our independent bookstore here in Memphis, and they just reached out to me. The bookstore was like, hey, are you interested in reading this book? She has a book signing approaching. You can come pick up the book, or we can mail the book to you. That way, you know, you can read it and attend the book signing. And I had all intention to do so, but the day of her book signing, I was one man with the kids. It was just me with the kids, so I was not able to go, and I just never got to the book anyway. So The Blackwoods by Brandy Colbert. I've been having that book for quite some time. I think I picked that up part of my birthday haul last year, so I definitely want to get to that. My fear is my birthday getting here, which is in April, and I haven't read not even half of the books that I received for my birthday last April. So I really want to get to those books that I received, at least the ones that I received up until the month of April. Because I don't know, I just don't like for people to give me stuff and then it seems like their money went to waste because I never got to the book. That's all. That's just all. Their Vicious Games by Joelle Willington. Now, I gifted myself this book for meeting 1K subscribers here and on Bookstagram, and it's so pretty. It's so pretty, but I just never picked it up, and I need to read it. I need to read it. And who told me to read it? Nikeria. She said I need to read it. So Girl, I'm putting it in my TBR jar so I can read it. 24 Seconds From Now by Jason Reynolds. I've been wanting to read something by Jason Reynolds. That was a new release for him on last year. I bought that when I went to like a grown-up book fair. So I'm going to just toss that in there because I definitely want to get to it. It's a YA novel. It's a pretty short read. So I should eat that up in no time. The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. I really want to get into the classics. So I added The Great Gatsby. I want to get into the classics this year. One of my goals this year is to get into the classics. I want to read my 25 books off of my bookshelves. I want to read some classic books this year. I want to add some to my library. The Great Gatsby is one we read in high school. I just don't remember it. I've been having it sitting on my shelf for a while, so I want to read that. Never Lie by Frida McFadden. Yeah, I got gifted that one, and I'm really excited to read that one. I know a lot of people love that one, and they always recommend that one. So yeah, we gonna get to it. We gonna get to it. Homebodies by, is it Timby Denhurst? Yeah. I just learned that if you loved Mame, then you will love Homebodies, and it was recommended that you read Homebodies first, then you read Mame. Mame is one of my favorite books, so I'm very excited to get to this one. I hope I pull that one soon. Whew, how many more I got? 3 more. Fourth Wing. Okay, because we're reading fantasy this year. We're going to tap into every fantasy novel I have on my shelf. I already stepped into Legendborn and the Legendborn cycle. I just hadn't read any more of that. I have Children of Blood and Bone that I was gifted for Christmas. And Fourth Wing was a birthday gift last year. So I definitely want to get to that. And I know part 3 is coming out. But I just want to make sure I like Fourth Wing before I continue with Iron Flame and then go to the 3rd one. When I Think of You by Maya Arel. I was just gifted that towards the end of the year. So yeah, like I said, if it was gifted, it needs to be read. And then Be Mine. It's a series by Kennedy Ryan. It's like 4 books. One of them is called Be Mine. It's 4 books and I only have 2. So again, if I pull this one, that's it. And I might split that. I might read like the first 2 one month and then the next 2 another one, just so that I can have a variety of books, because reading all 4 of them back to back, I don't know. Even though another one of my goals this year is to complete all these series that I'm in the middle of. And we already talked about that in another video. I'm in a lot of series. So I definitely want to. Girl, what is wrong with this sock? Get it twisted. My sock twisted. But yeah, so my goals this year is to read 25 books off of my bookshelf. So read 25 from my physical TBR. Complete most, if not all, of my series that I started on last year. What else? Introduce some more classics into my reading this year. And prioritize the library more. I used Libby a lot last year. I think I went to the library a handful of times last year. And I want to start making it a habit to check out the book from the library. Like books that have already been out for a while and I just want to read them. I want to start making it a habit to check it out from the library first, just to see if I even really like the book. And then if I love it, maybe halfway through, I can go purchase the book, return the library book, finish my own copy. Because I feel like that's just going to prevent me from buying so many books that I don't even know about. Okay, I got my auto-buy authors already. All these other books, I probably need to check them out from the library first. So, now we got all of our titles in here. And what we're going to do is pick 2 books for January. And I'm only picking 2 to 3 books each month to complete my TBR jar by the end of the month. Now, if I have a month where I just don't even know what the F to read, then I can pick more. but 2 to 3 is going to be a requirement because I still have other books that I want to read at a particular time. So shake, 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 shake your booty. Let's see. This is fun. I'm scared, y'all. Let's see what we gonna get. Let's see. Let's see. Homebodies! I'm so excited. I literally just said, can it focus? Focus on me. Yes, so Homebodies is getting read this month. That is crazy. I just said I wanted to read that one because I love my May. Now, because I already have my other books picked out this month, going forward, I'm pulling from my jar first before I pick out my other books. But I already have some other books picked out this month. So if I pick out one that's a series, I'm gonna put it back because I don't have room for a series right now. Okay, let's see. 1,000 Boy Kisses. 1,000 Boy Kisses. So let me go grab these off my bookshelf so I can sit them on my, it's supposed to be on my TBR jar, okay? I mean, my TBR cart, but my TBR cart is now containing overflow, Christmas gifts, book of the month, and all of that because I'm getting ready to add an additional bookshelf in here. I'm so excited. And I'm really excited because I got some cool little knickknacks to add to the bookshelf. But yeah, so I can't add anything to the TBR cart. So I have my ottoman right here. That I just been stacking my books right there, and plus I changed my room around. That's why I'm sitting kind of different. So when I walk in my room now, I see my ottoman and I see my books. Like y'all already seen, I have Fast right here because this is one of the books that I'm going to be reading in January. And since we're talking about what I'm reading in January, I'm also reading The Vanishing Half with my book club this month. By the time you guys see this video, I've been already started this, if not finished this book. So this is January's pick for the book club. So these two, and then I'm finishing The Inheritance Games. It's right here with Baby Girl. This is our current buddy read. I don't know why I say birdie like that, but buddy read. I'm about 50% in. I slowed down on it because she was like, you need to slow down so I can catch up. So I'm like, okay, my girl, but I'm gonna leave you because this is, I think, a 5 book series currently, and I have the first 2, she has the first 3. I will leave you. So yeah, I already have, you know, my TBR set. So let me grab the other 2. BRB. So this is Homebodies. Ooh, we got some good blurbs on here. So I'm excited about that. Who bought me this? Oh, okay. But yeah, so I'm excited about this. This is the author. She's beautiful. Her skin, I love her skin. One thing about it, I love when a person got some good skin. Okay, this book is about 307 pages, so I'm excited about that. It's so cute, so bright. It's giving spring summer vibes by the cover, but I don't care about that anymore. Okay, going into 2025, reading what I want to read, and of course, 1,000 Boy Kisses. Now the thing about this one is, number one, we all know it's supposed to be like a heartbreaking, sad story. This one is 311 pages. I know this was like, before I got into the bookish community, I had no clue about TikTok and all of that. I still don't really, I have a TikTok, but I don't know nothing about TikTok for real. So I heard this one was like a TikTok book, everybody raved about, whatever, but I just was intrigued by it, so I added it to my TBR a long time ago. But it is a part of, I think it's a duology, it's the second part. So of course, if I love this one, then I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the second one. But yeah, so picked my books from my TBR jar for the first time, and here is my said TBR for January. I really don't do like TBRs, but this is kind of what I already literally had planned besides the two that I pulled from the jar. So I'm excited about that. Maybe I'll add these to my my reading journal, because what do y'all do with these? Like for me, I have titles, so I'm not gonna put it back in there. But anyway, yeah, do y'all got a TBR jar? How do you guys do y'all's? Do y'all do like prompts, book titles, like genres? How do y'all do y'all's? Because I love to see when people pull from their TBR jar. How often do you use it? And do you really read the books that you pull from the jar? Make sure you like, comment, subscribe on this video. And until next time, ta-ta.